Coming up on this week's edition of NPS Now, teachers get a fantastic surprise from the Norfolk Education Foundation. Authors visit with students at Bayview Elementary, and some Halloween fun at Norview High School. All that and more next on NPS Now. Hello and welcome to NPS Now, your source for news and information about Norfolk Public Schools. I'm your host, Karen Tanner. The Norfolk Education Foundation, along with Superintendent Dr. Samuel King, school board members, administrators, and community partners, visited schools across the district to deliver many grant checks for the annual prize patrol.
Thank you!
That's what you say to people who've just made your dream a reality. 14 teachers and faculty members from around the district were surprised when a group of visitors presented them with a check from the Norfolk Education Foundation. The money is to fund the winners' many grant ideas.
The grant is to purchase software with miniature pianos to connect with our computers in our music lab. And with the grant, we will purchase a piano suite, which will help the students learn the piano. It will correct them on any mistakes and also give them an opportunity to compose. So we're really excited.
It is for the MATE ROV competition. We're going to use it with our after-school program called Girls in Engineering, where we're trying to get girls interested in engineering, where they will build this remote operated vehicle. They're going to design it, they're going to build it, they're going to test it, and they're going to compete in it.
We are planning on using the money to purchase the Rachel's Challenge bullying program. The trainers come out to the schools to give the students an assembly. They hold an assembly and they train the staff, and then they monitor us throughout the year with the hope to decrease any reported incidents of bullying.
Our grant was to purchase a class set of Lego robots that we're going to use with the whole 4th grade team. All of us will be working together. We're going to plan some math and science lessons using the robots, do a little bit of scientific investigation.
And I think the great thing about it, the significant thing about it, is that the plans, the proposals that these teachers presented really center on focusing on moving student achievement forward. So it's great to have a chance to walk in and see the surprise for the teachers as well as the students.
And for the chance to help their students in a creative way, it was clear that the winners were grateful as well as surprised.
You know, I'm passionate about struggling students and helping them achieve standards so that we make them successful so they can be lifelong learners and that they become proficient readers. So that's what the grant was for, and I'm just elated, totally elated that it was funded.
I'm really excited and shocked. I've never won anything. Now I can't wait to order some iPads for them to start using in class.
I am so surprised and excited. The students will benefit so much. This is another way for us to help promote student achievement with Norfolk Public Schools. The students are looking forward to having the support from community leaders and teachers and parents. And so we're looking forward to it. The college students are excited about coming on board to assist us. They have a quality mentoring program.
I'm so happy. I'm so pleased. I know that these kids really deserve a chance to have books that they like, and I've been waiting. We've been looking for it to happen, and so I'm in the middle of a lesson and we were teaching about different ideas for annotating, and then all of a sudden we find out about reading is just as important outside of the classroom as it is to us inside the classroom.
Seeds for Success grants range from $500 to $2,000. If you want to learn more about the grants, visit NEF website at www.norfolkedfound.net. Students around the district celebrated Red Ribbon Week in late October. At Suburban Park Elementary, Granby High School's football team greeted students as they entered their building while reminding them to say no to drugs and stay in school. Over at Jaycox Elementary, Booker T. Washington's marching band performed for students and also urged them to say no to drugs.
We did an event like this to culminate our activities this week for bullying prevention and our Red Ribbon Week. We partnered with Booker T. Washington High School. They often support the needs of our students here at Jaycox, and many of our students, their siblings, attend Booker T. Washington High. So this is a way to get community support around the effort of bullying prevention and saying no to drugs.
We wanted to do this event because we know that Jaycox is celebrating and promoting drug-free awareness, and we just believe that our students should be a part of such an event.
I think it exposes them to what it's like after elementary school, and they can see how different everything is, how much school right now can affect them in the future. Drugs, they don't get you anywhere. They won't get you anything in life.
Watchdogs, or Dads of Great Students, is an initiative of the National Center for Fathering that organizes fathers and father figures to commit to spending one day a year at their child's school in order to provide positive role models for the students.
Watchdogs is a nationally recognized program that has drawn hundreds of thousands of male role models into classrooms and hallways to enhance school security and help out where needed. Individuals can sign up at a kickoff event or any time throughout the school year to perform a variety of tasks in the schools.
We decided here at Mary Calcott to bring, we have a significant amount of moms and grandmas involved here at our school, and I thought this would be a great opportunity to bring our dads out to the school and get more involved in their child's life and education.
Well, always been actively involved with both of my children, and I think it's very important that as fathers we stay involved with them throughout their education and being a positive role model throughout both of my children's lives, and it just makes sense.
Well, I believe it's important to be a positive role model in your child's life, to kind of know what they're doing, when they're doing it. Education's always been a big deal in my family. My father was active in my life, so I want to take those mantles and kind of show them that you can be active, and it's very important that you mold and shape your child's future by being involved in their early years.
Over 100 dads and father figures attended this meeting at Calcott Elementary, with about half signing up for the program. If you are interested in being a part of Watchdogs, contact your child's school for the details. Pre-K students from Norview Elementary got an early start to Halloween thanks to members of Norview High School's NJROTC. The older students gave the costume children fun Halloween bags and then filled them with candy, while the Norview Marching Band drumline provided the beats.
Basically, every year we have the kids from Norview Elementary come and do like a little trick-or-treat before the whole big event. So it's just something that we like to do for the community, to show that, you know, we're not all about the military and big hurrahs. So it's just a nice little thing. We get to have fun, obviously. I'm a hot dog, so I like showing the little kids that, you know, I guess big kids in their eyes can have some fun too.
It's important to show them that we care, because, you know, we're right across the street, but we never make any interaction, and we want to set a good example for them, and we want them to understand that, you know, going forward in life, you want to give back, and I think that's important. And then it's also important, you know, that they get out of the classroom and they go and experience some things and they have a good time, because, you know, this is the start, and hopefully we can inspire them, you know, to one day when they're a senior put on a hot dog costume and go help other people.
Bayview Elementary was visited by children's authors and sisters, Janet Stevens and former student Susan Stevens Crummell. They entertained the children with excerpts from the many storybooks they wrote and illustrated together.
It's very rewarding, and that's one of the reasons we do this. We try to reach as many kids in the world. We've traveled all over the world to talk to kids and just encourage them about reading and writing, and that the education is the key to success. We do reading conferences. I do in-service programs for teachers on integrating picture books into the classroom, because in every book we try to teach something. In Platypus Lost we taught opposites. My Big Dog we teach accepting differences. The Great Fuzz Frenzy is a perfect example of sharing and forgiveness. So every time we write a story we try to teach a lesson.
Norfolk Technical Center and the Norfolk Ship Support Activity, or NSSA, recently signed a memorandum of agreement to begin a partnership that will focus on long-term mentoring and hands-on experience for students. Kenyatta Goshen, the Senior Director of Career and Technical Education, and representatives from NSSA are excited about this new agreement that will foster career readiness. This month's school board meeting will be held on Wednesday, November 13th, on the 12th floor of the School Administration Building. The informal session begins at 5 p.m. and the formal session starts at 7 p.m. The meeting is open to the public. If you have any great story ideas or events happening at your school, please be sure to contact us at npsnews@npsk12.com. Coming up next on NPS Sports, Steve Sutmiller will introduce you to the new All-American football player from Lake Taylor High School. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Steve Sutmiller, Senior Coordinator of Athletics. Welcome back to NPS Now. Congratulations to Jaylen Holmes of Lake Taylor High School. Jaylen was selected to participate in the 2014 U.S. Army All-American Game on January 4th in San Antonio, Texas. Jaylen was presented his jersey in front of family and friends and teammates.
I feel real good about it because I'm doing something for the first time in my school, so I feel real pretty humble about it.
Considered one of the best defensive ends in the country, Jaylen's resume speaks for itself.
Jaylen was selected because he is a physical, strong defensive lineman. He's on the roster as a defensive lineman for the game. 24/7 Sports has him ranked in their top 50 defensive players, and on the East Coast he is a top 15 player. So with that kind of attributes and this unique skill set, as well as being an Ohio State verbal commit, it's the kind of players we look to feature in our game and hope to do bigger and better things.
As talented as he is, Jaylen realizes he didn't reach this milestone alone.
Lake Taylor just kept me grounded, Lake Taylor and coach, so it just kept me level-headed. So I really didn't get too much in the media real bad. So I just thank Sawyer for keeping me and giving me a chance to do the stuff I did.
Well, he's come full circle as a football player. Can play so many positions, has great character, is a great student, and to have him as an All-American, my first, is an excellent honor. I'm grateful for him as well as the whole entire school.
At AAG All-American Games, we look for also people who have strong community ties, great character, leadership, and as evident in his speech, he is much more focused on the success of himself as part of the team rather than his individual success. It was evident in what he said during his speech that he's a team guy first, and that's the kind of people we look for, is a we not me type personality.
Indianapolis Colts quarterback Andrew Luck, Minnesota Vikings running back Adrian Peterson have played in this All-Star game. You can watch the game on January 4th, 2014 on NBC TV. We wish Jaylen the best of luck. Conference 17 field hockey tournament was held at Powhatan Stadium. Booker T came into the game as the number 4 seed and played the number 1 seed Churchland in the first semifinal game. The Lady Bookers were led by Winter Stallings and Shakia DeWitt. In the end, it was just too much Lady Truckers, and the Lady Bookers lost by the score of 3-0. In the second game, the Lady Titans of Lake Taylor were the number 3 seed and played the Lady Hornets of Deep Creek. The Lady Titans were led by Jacayla McDonald and Christina Ellis. Titans played well, but in the end, it was too much Deep Creek as they went on to win by the score of 2-0. Looking at some high school football, the Norview Pilots played host to the Bookers of Booker T. Washington. Norview's Alden Lathan rushed for 168 yards, while Devin Watford rushed for 101 yards as the Pilots controlled the game throughout. E.J. Fajan scores here as the Pilots cruise to a victory of 35-0. Norview snapped a 5-game losing streak to run their record to 4-5, while the Bookers dropped to 2-6. Middle school football championship is set. Lafayette Winona will play Lake Taylor Middle for the title. The game will be held at Powhatan Stadium on November 7th at 6 p.m. Make sure you visit your big team's website for your school's results and schedules. More NPS Now after this.
Welcome back to NPS Now. With us today is Dr. Elsie Harold Lance, Senior Director for Student Support Services. Welcome to NPS Now, Dr. Lance.
Thank you for having me.
Well, you're definitely not a stranger to the show. We've had you on before, and we're glad to have you back on today.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to
Well,
be here.
in your purview of work, America Safe Schools happened, about a couple weeks ago, where we recognize safe schools. Tell me, what is it and what does it mean to Norfolk Public Schools?
To Norfolk Public Schools, it means what we do year-round. And while we recognize Safe Schools Week for the district, more importantly, we're concerned about school safety 12 months out of the year. And so it's part of our activities, and a national organization recognizes this and encourages school districts to participate. And so Norfolk Public Schools does that, but we again try to make sure that we do things to ensure safety throughout the school year.
Okay, I want to read some stats to you because school safety has become a huge issue around the country. Every day we're hearing different things. Sandy Hook happened, and according to the Centers for Disease Control, over 1 million students across America take a weapon to school each day, and over 1.3 million students are injured or threatened with a weapon each year. And statistics also show that 70% of youth said they would report another student who brought a weapon to school, and 83% said they would report another student if they could do it anonymously. What are some of the issues that we deal with here in Norfolk Public Schools, and what are we focusing on in our district?
We have students here, as in other school districts, that make choices to bring things to school, and what we do as a district is try to further ensure the safety, make sure that children make wise choices, make sure that staff members are aware of what's needed and what students should have, as well as parents and the community. School safety, while it references school, it's a district concern, and it's something that everyone should be involved in. And so, of course, we want environments in our schools to be safe. We want children to be in school, to be able to learn. And so we do a variety of different things to encourage school safety. We have a program or a framework that we refer to as Positive Behavioral Interventions and Supports, or PBIS, and this is a district initiative where there's a framework that we use across the district to address these types of things, to improve climate, to improve discipline, where we work on student behaviors, replacement behaviors, but we also do things to address adult behaviors as well. Again, working in partnership to try to make sure that our schools are respectful, responsible, and safe environments.
And that's a quote I've seen throughout the schools, what you just said, those three things. How is it working so far in our schools, PBIS?
We're very excited about the PBIS initiative. All schools are involved, and a couple of years ago, our district moved forward with research that we had done for some time to adopt this as a district initiative. So every school is part of PBIS. Every school has a PBIS team, and there's ongoing training that we have with all staff members. We had a lot of training last year, had training near the end of last school year as well, and over the summer, a number of training opportunities that were held in preparation for the start of the school year, and then we have a variety of different training sessions that are scheduled in the coming weeks to try to further support this initiative of having a positive, safe climate in all of our schools.
What are some of the repercussions if a student brings a weapon to school?
What we have in place is we have a level system, and our student conduct pamphlet is a document that we use that sort of serves as the framework for our district's discipline policies and practices. And so we discourage children from bringing weapons because obviously we again want to make sure that our schools are safe, and so that this level system allows us to provide consistent discipline, to administer consistent discipline, but also to share with families and with students in the community about what the expectations are within our district and what would happen in terms of consequences if a child does make a decision to bring something inappropriate to school.
I know just recently, you know, there's been things just going on nationwide about kids bringing guns to school, bullying, cyberbullying, all types of things. What are some of the key messages we want to remind the parents and the students that we're doing to keep our students safe here in Norfolk?
Well, we want children to feel comfortable in school. We recognize that we're all different people and that we have differences, and that the appropriate manner to treat people is, you know, what we would expect. I know those sound like simple things, but obviously, you know, even as simple as treat others as you want to be treated, we expect that of everyone, staff members and students. And so issues with bullying, we address those types of things. We discourage those. We have procedures in place and policy and guidelines that would discourage those types of behaviors. And we do incorporate that into our PBIS framework and work that we do across the district through our hotline efforts reports and training sessions for students and staff as well.
So it's be safe, be responsible, and what's the third one?
Respectful.
And be respectful. How are we articulating that on each grade level for elementary, for middle, and for high school students?
The idea behind that was to have a simple message, and so those are terms that are conveyed on all levels. And so we have posters that were distributed to all of the schools, but we also ask staff members and school administrators to incorporate these into lessons that are utilized in every building, as well as to share that information with parents so that there's a simple message, not something complicated, and that students can understand what those terms mean and understand how to apply those in their day-to-day activities in school and interactions with their friends.
Say if an incident happened at a school, what is the proper protocol? Say if someone brought a gun to school, what would Norfolk Public Schools do?
We expect all students and staff members to report those types of things. Obviously, we would encourage students to report things to teachers, to other administrators. Our schools are full of caring adults, and we would expect students to know that you can go to any one of those adults. Also, we have students that we would expect other students to report things to as well. If there's situations where a student may not feel comfortable in sharing something, just knowing that there are caring people around in the school, whether they're adults and students. But the first step would be to share something with your teacher, with other staff members across the district, so that we can try to prevent things from happening.
Okay, great. This has been some great information, and we're coming off the heels of Bully Prevention Month, and now we're coming into, I guess Safe Schools and Bully Prevention Week. No, Bully Prevention Month, National Safe Schools Week. They kind of coincided with each other.
Yes, yes.
Okay, good. So, but this PBIS is something that we're going to continue out throughout the year.
Yes, we work on our PBIS initiative 12 months out of the year, and again, it's a district initiative, but we also have bullying prevention training and bullying prevention measures in place. Our hotline is available for students to use throughout the year, as well as our messages of safe and secure schools. We do training and work together, work collaboratively with our community agencies to make sure that we can do everything to ensure safe schools in Norfolk.
Give us that hotline number again.
Sure. The number is 628-1171, and the email address is safeschools@npsk12.com.
Thank you, Dr. Harold Lands, for joining us today to talk about America's Schools, Safe Schools Week. And we appreciate your office for all the support we've received to learning information about bully prevention and America's Safe Schools Week. And we want to thank you for tuning in today to NPS Now. It airs on WNPS, Channel 47, or you can view us online at www.npsk12.com. Again, thank you for watching NPS Now.